Good evening, everybody. How are you doing this evening? Welcome to Gray Man Prepping, and it's time for Tactical Tuesday, where tonight we are talking about gear for sure, because tonight's topic is backup cooking stoves. Yeah, I made it a little long. Could have just said backup stoves or whatever, but uh, cooking stoves gets the idea across to everybody because we're going to be talking about some other type stoves other than we're going to talk about ones that are other. We'll get to it. You'll see what I mean. I don't want to spoil it too much here. All right. So first one in this evening was Lewis. It's the Marshmallow Man, followed by Shady Hill Homestead, then Phelan Klein Wolf and Walt Rogers. And Mark's here, Chef Tech. Jack, Geeky Gardens is here. Little Lone Prepper. And yeah, there we go. Oh, boy. Yeah, sometimes my voice gets a little sway because when I'm working on my novels, if I just try to do it all in my head, I'll get there to the point, does that actually sound right? And so when nobody's around, I will act out the characters, and their voice inflections and see what I need to change while I'm writing. Sometimes when I voice it out, it's like, that doesn't sound good. It sounded good in the silence, but in audio, it didn't sound good. All right, so let me go ahead and drop this down in here. Remember, everybody, hydrate. All righty. All righty. So, so like I said, I've had tonight's on here for a while. This is a revisit of a topic from several years ago. Because sometimes you need to revisit something because the average learning exposure is 3 times for a person to remember a topic. So, yeah. Hey, Mark, how you doing?
I'm good. Wait, what are we talking about? Repeat it 3 more times. I'm good.
Stoves.
Yeah, I know. They're like
Pool
pew pews.
tables.
They're like my pew pews. You can never have too many, and you may only use 1 or 2 at a time. But it's always good to have 10 or 20 backups.
Yep. So, what's sad and interesting about this topic is what happened this last week, and it's going to be happening. Here's Lewis coming in. Hey, Lewis.
There he is.
Hey.
Is what's going to be happening here Wednesday night, Thursday. Possibly, if it stalls out, possibly Friday. Down there in Florida. So
yeah, it'll probably stall right over Tampa and sit there for a couple days just because, needs to wipe it off the face of the earth, I guess.
Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll stall just offshore and die.
Yeah, good luck with that. Now they have to shoot it with some other radar beam to do that.
I think it could detonate a Moab in the middle of it.
Yeah, dump a nuke in there. Who was talking about that way back in it not too long ago? Was that Obama or somebody? What if we drop a nuke in the middle of a hurricane and will that get rid of it? Like, really? A nuke inside? Okay.
Yeah, all the nuke would do is spread radiation around and cook everything.
Yeah, it might blow it out for a short period of time. It would probably reform and now become a nuclear hurricane.
Yeah, with mutant sharks and
Sharknadoes. There we go.
And squids. All right, so tonight's topic. Let me just kick back over here. Backup stoves. I threw some of them up here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these here. I haven't bothered getting some of the others because some of the ones I have like 3 or 4 of them. Mm-hmm. So, but this one I threw in here because this is a both cook and non-cook stoves. Some people use these just for heat. And these little small ones are made to go in those,
In a hot tent.
Yeah, the hot tents, the ones with the canvas that have the metal thing in it, zippered into it, inside of it, and special stuff around it so you can run the stack out. And these are 4-inch flue pipes. So,
yeah, I got a wood stove. It's a little bit bigger than that one, but I put you see where the chimney comes out?
mm-hmm.
I welded a metal box in there enough to get like your baking trays into, and I use it as an oven / smoker.
Cool. Now, well, most of you probably can't see unless you have this on a big screen TV, which reminds me, today at the Walmart I went to in Idaho Falls, I picked up a new TV for the grandkids. It's a 32-inch TV. It's one of the Roku ones. The brand is ION.
Ion, yeah.
$88.
Yeah.
For a 32-inch.
It's a smart TV, so it can listen and watch your kids while you're not around. Yeah.
Well, actually, this brand is not, one of the things they like quoting about is we don't have a camera on our TV.
Nah, just a microphone.
Yeah.
Proximity sensor.
They have a microphone. I pity the poor person on the other end. When those kids start screaming and yelling, I'm back here in the back room, and I got to plug my ears back here. I don't know how those kids aren't deaf.
They're kids.
All right. Mother Earth Garden Club just came in.
Are you in California right now? You're down below, right?
I'm what?
Where are you at? Are you still in Idaho?
Yeah, green screen, Idaho.
That's right.
Yeah, I drive back to California on Friday.
Gotcha.
Anyways, my son thought he was ordering one of these things. He didn't realize that the price they were, the price what they were sending him was an expensive miniature one,
like mini, like to burn twigs or nothing,
like about this big.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, it takes a 2-inch pipe.
Yeah, burns little tiny twigs, and you can boil a cup of water on it in about 3 minutes.
Actually, it probably works better just to throw some charcoal briquettes in there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Diana Chu, how you doing? Anyway, so but the one on the right, you can't. I'm not sure how well you can cook on it. The one on the left, yeah, you obviously cook on it. That looks like 8-gauge steel, but it also has a water jacket in the back, and that's why I started to go with the TV thing. Is if you have a big monitor, you can see dead center of the screen there, the little hose bib coming off the water jacket. Let's go to the next one here.
That almost looks like cast iron.
No, it's a flat steel stock. So I built one similar when I was in high school. All right, so.
Hey, I got the one on the left. That's a Coleman.
Yeah. So basically, folks, camping equipment is emergency equipment because hey, you're living outside your house.
It's an emergency. Right. I got to make hamburger helper.
Yeah. And so, these are double burner ones and stuff like that fold up together like an old waffle iron. I don't have one of these yet. I'm not sure I'm going to because I got so many of the others.
Yeah, I bought the double burner one at that place called Ollie's with Good Stuff Cheap. Some of the people here know it. It's an East Coast thing, and it was like. It's a Coleman, but they get all the closeout stuff. So normally price was like $1.29. I got it for like $49. And then a week later, I went back and I had more Coleman stuff, and I got this. Those were two 30,000 burners, and then they had a single one, which was a 40,000 BTU burner or something like that. It was more. I was like, well, hell, I'll buy that one because I boil a 3-gallon pot of water to do my dishes and stuff. It takes forever on the little ones. I'm like, no, I'll go with the big one. I got my propane tanks out there, my tree and all that. So, yeah, I could do a full 8-course meal for 10 people out there with the amount of stoves I got out there, but it's usually just me.
Yeah, Mother Garden Club. Yeah, we're not. The wife and I will not be doing on the ground camping unless it's an emergency, and actually have a 28-foot camper sitting on the other side of the road at the other property. That one of these summers, gonna get my boys up here. We're gonna gut it out and turn it into something a little more usable than they have this little couch thing and this thing. And it's like, you can't move in here. It's not functional. So we're gonna gut it out and fix it right and make it actually functional.
Yeah, put 6 drop down single bunks so they fold down.
No, it's just we'll just make it because the way they had it with the kitchen stuff, it needs to be changed around a little bit. But we're just going to make it more functional for actually living out of for a long-term emergency. Because if it's an emergency and we can't use the house and we get that thing set up the way we want to set it up, hey, we got some other instant tents to pop up, and people can just go sleep in the instant tents and come in and cook and do everything else out of the rain in the camper. But we'll be putting in a different type stove system in it than what it has in it right now. Yeah, that's pretty sure around here. I mean, there's some houses around here that have 3 or 4 campers in the yard. Either a couple of them will have the ones that go in the back of pickups. The rest of them have tow behind trailers. There's even a couple RVs around here that they've actually built a big garage for that they pull the RV in out of the weather in. So, yeah. Yeah, that's what this one has. We're going to redo it, though. This little stove here, I've actually had my one. It's over here on the shelf. I know I'm going to get it out. I have one of those, too, that works.
They're good. We talked about that the other night where, that's an itty-bitty. I don't have one of those. I got one a little bit bigger than that, but the can is still on the outside. Yeah. But the cans in the wintertime, they suck. Because the can just freezes up after like 30 seconds of use and your flame dies out because it's butane.
Yeah. Here's another butane one. Takes the same can as the previous one, but this has a lot smaller burner, so it doesn't burn the fuel as fast. And, easy for putting a small frying pan on there, do up a couple of eggs, fry up some bologna. Hey, Utah Mike, how's it going? And so this is the first time I actually seen one of these type ones that for the cans that you just lock it onto this type of a can. I've had a bunch of the other ones and given a bunch of the other ones away to my scouts and see those. But so I got a nice assortment here. Which one? All right, everyone. I'm going to go back to Sesame Street. All right, one of these things here doesn't belong here.
Yeah, second one from the left on the bottom on the seat.
Yeah, everything here is propane except for this wood burner down here.
No, not propane. You got the butane on the left.
Well, you can actually, you can there are adapters for those to run them on propane.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and but yeah, I've got one of these Camp Chefs here. I got this one here up here right now. The 3-burner one is in California. I got the Coleman second one from the left here.
I got the green one. I got
two of the green propane ones here. I got 5. I got 5 of the multi-fuel ones.
Oh, the white gas.
A single burner, a 2-burner, and 3 burners.
I got 2 of the white gas stoves or multi-fuel or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, white gas, the old ones.
My new one will work on regular unleaded, but that was before they started putting alcohol in it, so God knows how that'll work.
Yeah. Well, I have the one my dad had when from 1960. Mm-hmm. So is it powder blue like the one on the right, or is it green? It's green, but it's not square rectangular looking at the edge. It's tapered, kind of teardrop shaped.
Oh,
And
cool.
you open it up, and it's got the thing and everything. And that is a true multi-fuel gasoline, diesel, kerosene, white gas, transmission fluid. Yeah, you can mix stuff up in that and use just about anything in it. And then, of course, there is the fair weather stoves, the sun ovens, which you can do a whole bunch more. And things, the longer these things are around, the more people are experimenting and figuring out how to do other things in them besides bake bread.
You can do casseroles in there, roast beef. You can do whatever you want. It's an oven.
Yeah, someone did a thing where they had put trays of bacon in it.
Oh, there you go.
All right, so that's the end of that. Let me get that down out of the way. And I'm going to bring up something here. Doesn't belong here. Oh. Forgot to put one thing up here. All right. Okay. So let me go ahead and pop this one up here, make that big. All right. This little doodad, I used to give these away to my scouts when they made first class. It's like if you make first class in your first year, you get one of these. And
what kind of fuel does that use? White gas? Does that use white gas?
Nope. All right, I will show you what fuel it uses in a second. And what this is, so the thing, the one on the part on the left there folds up and fits in the orange carrying case. It has a pezzo lighter on it, and it has the little itty bitty threads down on the bottom.
Oh yeah, it uses those little tiny
one of those.
Yep. I have an older one, like the one that it looks like they're similar, except mine didn't have a threaded collar. You put it on there, and when you turn the dial, it poked a hole in it, and you were.
Yes, I have one of those.
School. I still have one, and it's still got fuel in it, so it never leaked. But I'm sure when I turn it on, it's probably just going to turn into an inferno all by itself.
Yeah, I have one of those. It's GAZ, gas.
Yep, gas. Yep.
And I also have the lantern for one, and they're both sitting on half full containers because you can't remove it.
Nope.
And they've been sitting on there for 20 years.
Yeah. Eventually it'll piss off. It's the gas is just butane.
Yeah. So this is these things are isopropane butane. All right, so they work in cold temperatures. But these little things here, when I was giving away, they were $3 and $4 each.
That's it.
That was it. That was just for this setup here. No tank, nothing else. And I've watched over the last 6 years the price go up on it, drop down, go back up, drop down, go back up. And this one here dropped down a little bit here. It's a 9% off. This is not a Amazon Prime Day one, but it still dropped $1. So, but so let me go. I'm going to go back here to some of the other ones here, and you can get sets on them like this. Oh, here's a Prime Deal one. You get the tumblers, the silverware set, and everything on it here. Yeah. And this is a Fire Maple is a good brand. Oh, damn. That's a good deal, folks, right there. Is this the one with the pezzo lighter on it? This is the smaller version of the one I have. It's got the pezzo lighter on it, so you don't need matches. For $40. It's 20% off. And you can get it in black. You can get it in camouflage. You can get it in, You can get it in that, and yeah. Oh, this is the short one. Short one's not on sale. Short one's $51. So the tall one's on sale right now for Amazon Prime deal. Yes, it's like a jet boil, only you're not paying for the name. And so if anybody's interested, I'm going to grab that. I'm going to make sure the thing works here, right? There we go. And yes, it goes to it. So here is the link for that one into the chat. Yeah, so that's a good deal, folks. But granted, you can't cook much on there unless you get the there are things you get for little frying pans to go on it. But for heating your water up and stuff, and heating it up fast for hot chocolate, soup, whatever, my scouts just absolutely love these things. This one here comes with adapters that fit the regular green 1 pound canisters, and I'm not sure this one. I have a couple of these that actually screw onto the green canisters as well. But there's all sorts. Here's that first one I showed you. Here's another one for $7. So you got to look around for what you're going to be buying. And here's one for 23. No, I ain't going to get the 23 one. I'm going to get the old cheap one there. But they have all sorts of little ones like here you can use. Here's some of your ones for using wood in to make your fire. This is a setup here that you can put all sorts of frying pans on it and pots. All right, so this is the backpack stuff. And that's what I searched for, was backpack stoves on this one. Yeah. And here's the ones. Here's some of the ones that screw onto your little green 1 pound jar. Or if you have one of those trees, you can screw it on top of that. I've done that too. And you got your sternal stoves. All right, so we're going to go to a different one here. And I just went just Googling pictures. So I'm just bringing up pictures of different ones. Gas one, that makes a lot of different types of stoves. Here is your, you got your jet boil. The one with the orange here is similar to the one I have, but the one I have is taller than the jet boil and fatter than the jet boil. And so you got all sorts of different ones here that hook up on different things and cook. Most of these are backpacking as well. You got all the different, you can't hardly see it here, but there's every one of these canisters has a stove hooked up to it. Yeah, I was looking to see if it would show it.
Talking about all these propane things.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about all these propane things. If you are creative and you can take the propane tanks, cut the tops off, and use them as turn them into like a rocket stove.
Yeah. All right, see if I can find the one here. Okay, here we go. Mr. Heater. I can't. That's the link to buy one. Let me see if I can find it down here. All right, some of these will do it. They function both as a heater. This one here, and this one here, and as a stove, so you can cook on it. There's one with the things on it, so you can cook on it and use it as a heater as well. But those are more expensive than the one I'm looking for here to show you. Of course, you got regular wood burning stoves that you got to make sure on the new modern wood burning stoves that they can be cooked on. Where is that one? Okay, I'm gonna have to go back up to the top here and change this to Mr. Heater. Search Mr. Heater. See if it'll show me. All right, there's a whole bunch. There we go. you go ahead and go to the Amazon website on that one, since that's where that's at. But there are a bunch of ones that are that do multitasking for heating and propane. The good ones have like this Mr. Heater Buddy heater one has the ceramic in there, so supposedly it's indoor safe. Let me open that in a different one here, but see, it'll show the different ways. So you got it for heater, and
That's
you
not
turn
indoor
it up.
safe.
Yeah, and this one's not, no, but this one here, you turn it up, and now it's a grill, or you can cook on it, stovetop.
Cool.
And you got 3 different temperature settings on it. But yeah, so that's that one. Drop it away. Is this one going to give me the other pictures of it? It's not going to show me the close-up pictures on it, but yeah. But there are a bunch of different things out there that are multi-function, folks, that will give you both heat and cooking potential. And some of these, with well, they have the part on it here is it's the fire part is bright enough to kind of illuminate the picnic table you're cooking on without making it bright where it blinds everybody. And this one here, it goes, it heats it up in the front and also cooks on top. So, all right, so let's drop that one out. And let's look at some of the other ones here. And of course, this search here is propane stoves for camping. Oh, those dropped out, and come on, get back in there. He's back. And of course, you have all the nice ones, nicety ones here. You got the smaller cast iron one here, which is more like a turkey fryer. This one here has the adapter on it to go for the green 1 pound bottles, as well as the butane on it. And gas one gives you the most varieties of ones out there. I've looked at it. I can't bring myself to pull the trigger on it because I have so many friggin' other ones. This one here, there are several brands out here. It's got 2 burners on it, a little oven on it, and you can put this up on a picnic table, wooden picnic table, not a plastic one, and you can cook on that. Different brands. Camp Chef makes one. But you got all the different style on top of the bottles, the other ones, the 2 burners. Some of these come with griddle plates, both the flat and the I'm sure what that side's called. Let me bring that big, where they put to sear the lines into the meat.
That's for making pretty grilled cheese sandwiches
or pretty steaks.
Yeah, whatever. If I'm camping, I'm cooking on a fire or cabin or whatever.
Yeah. And so things with some of these, like the famous, this one here folds up. It's small. It fits in your closet. It can fit in the trunk of your car. It's, I'm not taking my space. These are small ones. Heck, 2, probably 3, maybe all 4 of my grandsons by themselves can tote this thing around.
Yeah, the one I have, the little green one like that, you can actually fit the long, slender propane bottle under the grate, and close it up with everything. You might be able to fit 2, but I think only 1. But hey, at least you got 1 can of gas to cook something on for a few hours. Yeah.
And I'm looking for the Coleman makes a little 3-burner one. Oh, and there's the 2-burner one I have. Except mine's older, and it's listed as a multi-fuel, not just a dual fuel.
Yeah, mine's. I have a green one. I have my dad's old powder blue one that went everywhere since the 70s and 60s, and it still works. Probably still has gas in it.
Now, this type here is similar to the one I have behind me here, on the screen here where I actually done canning indoors with. And actually, I've stopped using my electric stove altogether. I just use this little propane one here. And
you use that inside?
Yeah, it's made for it's sold as an indoor apartment and outdoor propane stove, and it gives you a very blue flame. So it has very good. They haven't chinced on the oxygen mixer, so it gives you that total burn on it. But I think this is the same brand as this one over here, the Camp Lux. This has a little 3-burner one, has another little one on it, but for one of these, I just use the two burners, and that's that works. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's the one I got right there. And of course, if you're a barbecue enthusiast, you get the bigger, fancier stuff. Yeah, you can get all sorts of stove setups for camping, and use them all over the place. So these are the camp stoves. I was trying to find. All right, I'm going to change the search parameter so I can show you guys. There we go. 3-burner camp stove. All right, there we go. Is it going to show it here? That looks like a 2-burner. That one looks like a 2-burner. There's the 3-burner right there. They make a 3-burner one. They do. Yeah. All right, this one here says it's a 3-burner too. Must be a little small one, a small burner in the back. But some of these are, these 3-burner ones that are longer and wider. This one folds up like a suitcase, so you can carry it. Oh, there's the 3-burner one I have out there. I got 3 of those.
Vintage.
Yeah, vintage. And I actually found
you have to light the main burner first, so it starts to heat up the manifold. Because if you try to light the outside ones, you're just shooting flares everywhere.
Yeah, and I also found a place that sells the attachment on top. New attachment. Mr. Heater makes the attachment for it. Mr. Heater also makes the attachment to go on there to turn it into propane.
You can convert that to propane without doing anything?
Yep.
Alrighty.
And actually, right, just for you guys to give you this here, let's go here. Take this to the top. Go here to my hang on here. I want to go to camping. Is it in camping? All right, there's the repair kit for the lanterns and stuff. Where is okay? I didn't put it there. What is it under Scouts? Nope, I got rid of Scouts. I got it in one of my things down here. One of my mini lists. I have the one for it, so I'll just go back at the top and I'll type in Mr. Heater propane converter for Coleman stoves. Boom, there it is. So Mr. Heater makes one and Stan Sport makes one. And they're both in stock. So they make it to be able to run your 3-burner or 2-burner or 1-burner multi-fuel ones into truly multi-fuel, where you can use safer propane rather than the liquids. Utah Mike says, I have a 4-burner propane, but it doesn't have the BTUs that are needed. Some of the larger ones, sometimes you got to get a different regulator for them. white gas 2-burner. Yeah. That. Hey, so Kaylin, is that white gas burner a Coleman one? Like I showed before, instead of the 3-burner, it's a 2-burner. If it is, that adapter from either Stan Sport or Mr. Heater will turn that into a propane one, and you can screw a bottle onto it, or you can use the hose to adapt to a bigger tank. Doesn't matter on the rusted ones. You take it to a propane exchange. You got to make sure you take your little walking cart. So for a newly tested and certified tank, and they'll look at the old one, they'll test it, they'll sandblast it and repaint it and put it back out there. Hey, Tibor. Yeah, Tibor's done the conversion on his. Yes, map gas. Yeah, you can use map gas on those and get a little extra heat out of there when you need to do it. All right, Kalen's is a vintage one, so yeah. So I'm going to go back to that. Did I lose it? There's the adapter. So you just put in Mr. Heater propane converter for Coleman stove, and these two will pop up. So you got the Stan Sport, which is a sporting one. You got Mr. Heater, which is a propane company type one. So they both got it. They both go to the propane 1-pounders there, or you can use the hose to convert. Yeah, if I have the liquid fuel, yeah, I got what 6 5-gallon cans of diesel. So yeah, and I just found I just brought back 2 more 5-gallon cans of kerosene from California. So I got fuel for the vintage ones. All right, let's go back. So I got that. Let's go to the other one here. So this one's gonna have a mixture here on it. I like some of these. Of course, these are all professional propane stoves, which, if you have a house, you can put those in.
Yeah, that's what I'll be getting, because we're not doing electric stoves in our new place. We're going to be doing propane.
Yeah. And over here on this little one on the right here, they got the one of those little ones, and it's got the propane hose hooked up to it. Single burner propane hose cooktop. So, and you got the 2-burner one like I have, and a different type here, and the hose just plugs in the back. So you got a lot of choices here for cook stoves. Here we go. And they do make small little gas ranges, which are great for canning outdoors. Yeah, all sorts of different ones here. Small oven, so you can, keep stuff hot in the oven until you put it in the jars, and that way you're not heating your house up in the middle of the summer. Good point there, Steve. Or yeah, you got to make sure the liquid gas cans are tight, especially for the white gas. Now I was trying to find. I looked up at it before. All right, and so is the you want the ones that get this with a little orange on there. I like it when I can get a good blue flame all the way around, so you got a good clean burn on it, because this is what my one here behind me here does in the kitchen. It gives me the nice blue flame, so you got a good clean burn, and everything's good on it. But then of course there's this one here for firewood. This is let me see if I can get that one bigger here. Save images. Now I'll take this down to images, save, and we'll make it big here. So now that is a backup stove. Mark wants to put one of these in his little cabin up there.
No, I don't think that would take up the cabin. If I turn that on, it would the wood of the cabin would just vaporize, and I'd be standing on a platform with a stove.
But yeah, so this one has your firebox, your oven, your actually
That's another oven.
That's another oven. So it's got two ovens.
Yep.
I'm looking for the water jacket. It looks like the water jacket sometime
it's on the back.
somewhere in the back here. So yeah. Yeah. Any of the Coleman stoves, let me go ahead and drop this down. Go back here. Any of the Coleman 3-burner ones, or let me take this back here to the, yeah, so any of these camping ones here, other than the big tank one here, any of these that take in the 1 pound bottles will take the narrow bottles as well, which means they'll also, as Tibor said, they'll also take the MAP gas. Of course, your MAP gas, you can also get the MAP gas in the narrow, skinny bottles or in the big fat bottles too. So, yeah, Lewis, I want one of those cook stoves too. My wife wants to get one for outdoors. And if she wants one indoors, then we're going to get rid of the wood burning stove in the front room, which you guys have seen videos on. Get rid of it and put the cook stove over there. And that way we use it for heat and cooking for the summertime. I mean, for the wintertime. Mark, did you see what Kaylin said to you?
I'm sorry, I was talking to my wife. What are Kaylin? Better upsize the cabin. Oh, yeah, we're upsizing to a full-size house here probably in about 6 months. So
gorgeous.
Yeah.
So I made I have one of the 2-burner Camp Chefs, the big one. Takes the propane. When I was working at Ford, I was cooking lunch for the guys every Thursday. I went to my local sheet metal shop. They thought I lost my mind. Gave them the dimensions. I wanted 1/2-inch plate steel with 3/16 sides welded on. They did. Of course, I didn't take the scale off the steel first. So each corner, because I couldn't get my grinder in there, I must have spent 10 hours and about 400 whiz grinder pads cleaning that thing down to raw steel. And then I spent another couple hours cleaning it and seasoning it and all that. And it's been out in my garage for like 20 years now inside. And I just talked to my wife. I was like, I'm bringing that out to the cabin because it's a little bit bigger than the double burner, the big camp stove like you have. Yeah. And it was great. I'm like, oh, I'm bringing it out there. I'm not going to tell my buddy because we used to make cheesesteaks on it and flat, you pour the eggs on there and you sprinkle your cheese and you roll the omelet up in a nice thin roll. My wife was like drooling now going, oh my God, don't bring it there. Keep it home here and make me an omelet.
Remember we used to make home fries? We used to cook for the girls.
Oh yeah. I do stuff out. I had it on my deck, pancakes, you name it. Cause
it was undercover.
Yeah. So it was on my covered deck. Sorry. We're all talking here.
Sorry.
I'll put that on a video when I bring it out there.
Yeah. I'm just checking the side chat here. Yeah, the all right, this type here. Yeah, this type of a burner one here, you can put both the propane or the MAP gas on there. And nobody yell at me. I'm gonna say listen to everything I say. You can, with caution and extra care, you can get the long skinny ones of acetylene and you can put one of those, put it on there. But yeah, it's going to burn a bit hotter too. A bit hotter. So yeah, so some of these there are other fuel containers out there that have that same threads as the green 1-pounders that you can use in emergencies for some of these stoves. And there's one of the 2 burners hooked up to, they got the hose that hooks up to the little rod coming off where your bottle would, your little 1-pounder would screw onto it. And there's a front view of that one that was earlier. And so, I mean, it makes it look nice and fancy and everything else. So one of the things points I want to get, oh, sorry, this isn't up there. Sorry, guys, hang on. Let me put this back up. I thought it was up there. All right, so there's the one from the front. Here's the one with the propane bottle hooked up to it onto the side through the regular regulator on it. And here's the green one here that you get these that'll go on the MAP gas, the acetylene, the propane. Any of the ones that have that same type thread on it, they'll work on these. You got to be extra careful hooking those up.
Yeah, MAP gas is, that stuff's brutal. I mean, I have a MAP gas torch, and yeah, it takes the same instant igniter as propane does, but you got like 3 times the heat out of it.
Yeah.
And it's also a whole lot more expensive than a propane tank, and you ain't refilling those.
Yeah. Yeah, I use those specifically when I was I use the MAP gas specifically when I'm working on copper pipe that has water in it already. And I drain the water as best I can, but you see have some spot where you can still have it, and you just, okay, let's heat it up. You hear the water boiling away and hissing and steaming as it flows from it, and get it up. And when you see the solder start licking, you start tapping on it, and you make sure you have clearance away from it so it's not directly overhead. And when it comes apart, you get hot, steamy water pouring out.
And then you use the bread trick when you solder it back together again.
All right, got a question here offline. Online course, there are several of them. One of the things I recommend for doing, you still got to go. You still have to go. I mean, you can't do a test online. You can't do a test online. You got to go to a physical test site. You can take training courses online. You can download the pool of questions online, but you can't take the test online. To take the test, look for a ham radio club in your area. Also, the Salvation Army Saturn program does classes. They used to in California they do them for free, but the test costs. The test is an FCC license fee.
Do you still have to learn Morse code to get your opener license?
Nope. You don't need the Morse code for any of them.
Because back in the day, I looked at getting mine, and you had to learn Morse code. And I started. I'm like, oh, this is BS. I never got it.
Yeah. Now, study for the test. Yeah. Shoot. I think the AARL, American Radio Relay League. Hang on, who was this? Question pool. All right. And there's 3. Let me bring it up here. There are 3 licenses to go for. There is the technician, there is the general, which I am, and then there is the extra, which allows you to do anything you can do on ham radio. All right. Question pools. Here you go. And you can download the pool of questions. However, the pool of question is going. The pool of questions is going to have like 160 questions in it, but they're only going to give you. So it's the pool, and it randomly pulls from it for the course they give. So you can go through that, and if you get the right one, it'll also tell you which one is the correct one. So you can just, one of the things I used to do for the scouts when I taught the program for ham radio for the scouts, we would download the pool, eliminate the wrong answers, just so they had the right ones, print it off to the scouts and tell them, do not try to memorize it. Just read through it like a book, and read through it once a day, every day, till our next Saturday when we meet again. Then we talk a little bit. We have a slideshow, and we go over any questions they had on the pool, and then have them do it again. Read it every day the next week, and then the third week we'd have examiners come in and test them. And I actually had a higher success rate with the scouts than the Mount Diablo Amateur Radio Club did with adults.
What's the difference between the three? You know, you have a ham radio, a little extra, and you can do anything. What ham radio? You can just talk like it's like a CB, right?
But you're limited in the frequencies you can talk on, and
Really?
what you can do. Yeah,
What do you mean, what
technicians.
you
The
can do?
basic
What else
one.
do you do but talk?
Yeah, the basic one. The technician. You can use 2 meter, 220, 440, 6 meter, and 10 meter. On the general, you add 15 meter and some others on there, and you start getting up into high frequencies. And the extra, you go up and do all sorts of things. I mean, even more. And there's more frequencies on the lower ones that the regular technicians and generals can't use, that the extras can use. So,
Do they still have? Are these repeater antennas or whatever they call them? Are they? Because I heard that they were shutting a lot of them down because there was no funding for it because the government was funding it. And
no, the government. All right. Misnomer. The government does not fund.
Well,
it,
yes.
Period.
Whatever. They were
radio
controlled by the
clubs-
government with our money. I know. I get it.
No. The government doesn't fund it at all. Period. The government licensed the users.
Oh,
So all the repeater antennas they were talking about, Governor Nuisance is going to take down all the repeaters, and he had to come back out and make a public apology. The state of California doesn't own any of the repeaters. The repeaters are owned and managed by, are maintained by amateur radio clubs, and they are licensed from the FCC. The state of California has no authority to do jack squat with them.
Okay.
So anytime you see someone say, the government's going to defund it. No, the government doesn't fund it at all. So they're already defunded.
And you need to have your antenna as high as possible, right? So if you're in a valley, you're kind of screwed.
That's where repeaters come in, and sometimes they'll get what's a repeater set up on the peak, and that way you hit go up to that and you hit around. Example, in the San Francisco Bay Area with all the mountains, Mount Tamalpais, Mount Wanda, Mount Diablo, all the ones and stuff, you had a lot of valleys around there. Well, there was a repeater network called the Gorilla Network, and a bunch of clubs got together and they set up 2 meter and 440 repeaters all over the place, and they linked them all together on the same friggin' frequencies. So you can get on there and you broadcast out, and it hits the entire Bay Area. And the set of frequencies isn't just one frequency. They got a set of offset frequencies.
Bring them in.
And so I think there's like 10 frequencies off of the Gorilla Network
On the
that are all either that are 2 meter and 10 frequencies that are 440. And you can do all sorts of fun stuff.
Doing well.
Yeah. All righty. So when it comes to stoves, back on topic here. When it comes to stoves, I would say your best bet, get some now. Even the cheap. Let me bring that up. I'm going to bring up the cheapest one here that our troop used 3 of them until the scouts dropped them and broke them. And it was, $8, let's buy another one. And that's what the price was back then. You're going to love this when I get in it. Walmart. Get in here. All right. PROPAN. Propane. Camp stoves. Camping stoves. Let's see if it gives me it. All right, so I'm just going to bring up the Walmart page here. No. Oh, $15. Ozark Trail. This is the upgraded one of the Ozark Trail. We got the cheap one without the top, without the sides on it. I'm not sure they still make it. I'm looking for it. I don't see it. They may have discontinued the cheap one. And basically, we call it was a throwaway one. It was, you use it like for 2 years, and if the scouts destroyed it, it was no big deal because it was $8.99 to get a new one, and it was Ozark Trail, and I don't see it. So now they got the fancier one, a little bit more like the Coleman with the wind things on and the back on it for $15. Hey, you can't beat that. Although I will warn you, let me go into it here. Okay. Is it going to show a good view of it? All right. That piece there, that is the adapter. The black piece on the adapter right there is plastic. You bang that thing and it comes off and the spring shoots out, and that's your regulator. Pressure regulator for it. So that's the weak spot on it. But there it is, folded up. And so yeah. So $15, that's a good one to experiment and play around with. And if you watch for it on sale now, keep an eye out on it. Right now it says it's went from $40 down to 15 and a half. So, hey, Took by V, welcome. So that gives you a cheap one. You've got two burners on it. You can cook some meals. You can set it on the ground. You can set it on some 2x4s, on a wooden picnic bench. Do not put it on a plastic folding table. It will, if you're doing long cooking, it'll heat everything up and start melting into the plastic. Yeah. So if you want to make sure you got extra ones, that one from Ozark Trails is probably one of the better ones. The next one here, I'm looking at the prices right now to show you what's on sale right now. Okay, so I'm going back to Walmart here. So the Coleman one on the far right here is $30. That takes the butane only one. However, this one down here, the Flame King, which is a good company, it takes both the butane and the propane, and it comes with the adapter hose. And I'm not sure, it may come with a refillable propane bottle on it. So, but that's 45. So you're going from $30, another 15 for the hose adapter and stuff on it. And personally, I think that hose adapter and the setup is worth the cost. All right. So coming up here, change up for tomorrow night, Thursday night. Thursday city council meeting, and I'm going to bed immediately after city council meeting. So tomorrow on Wednesday, we're doing the midnight ride at 10 o'clock Eastern time, and for Gray Man Prepping. So that's tomorrow night, and I got a whole bunch of weird news articles to read to you guys. So that's that. Friday is going to be from California, live streaming on Camp Patton Family Compound. Wildfires, do you have a plan? Saturday, are you financially ready? Monday is talk about canning butter, ghee. And next Tuesday here, we're going to be talking about archery. Shoot, maybe I ought to change that around because I got all my bows and arrows here. And we can talk about it there. I don't need to show you what I have as far as archery goes. Yeah, guys, Jack and Glenn, How to Garden, and There's another channel I've been following. Jolosio. Are there in the storm's path. Jolosio has already. She and her husband have already evacuated out and have a place and rented a room down in Miami. So they've gone south. So she's on the west side of Florida. Jack and Glenn are on the east side of Florida, but still, they all need your prayers. Everybody there needs your prayers. But yeah, so that's what's for a lot of people. That's what's be going on tomorrow night and Thursday. And Tukva is northwest of Fort Lauderdale. Oh, okay. Update on that. So the track is closer to Glenn than Jack. Okay. Current track. And I heard today from Joe Seal that the track is shifted a little bit south. So yeah, absolutely. Milton's turning into a beast. And all I can say is before Milton became a thing, when it was still on, before it cut across Mexico and hit it into the Gulf of Mexico, there were warnings about it from suspicious observers and he just had a thing today, was it yesterday, on how the sunspots and the flares and the little CMEs hitting the atmosphere and stuff actually energizes tropical storms, cyclones, hurricanes, all of that, and just excites the whole atmosphere, clouds, and the whole 9 yards. So all right, so with that, so that's what's coming up here. I got that stuff on here coming up. If you have any topics, send me an email. In the bottom of the description, second line from the bottom is the email address to send any suggestions for topics and stuff to. Kaylin sent me some stuff. Susan Galea sent me some stuff here this week. I've added those to the list. So we're expanding topics that you guys want to hear. Yeah, Rita kind of got lost in the news because Katrina hit first. Rita came in harder on the heels of Katrina, just like Milton. What is this, Milton? Yeah, Milton is coming in stronger than Helena was.
Yeah,
Helena was. So, yeah. All right, folks. All I can say is stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Don't go out and do anything stupid like standing on the beach there saying and tying yourself to palm tree saying, "I'm stronger than the wind." Keep adding your prep.
I want to run down the street with a big American flag like that one guy did in a meme with that 80-mile-an-hour wind blowing and he's holding his arms up going, ah! Of course, this one, he's going to do that. As soon as he puts his hands up, he's going to disappear.
On that meme I saw him doing it. The guys inside the cafeteria, the restaurant, were filming out, and the cameraman, you can see the cameraman start shaking. He was laughing as the guy ran behind it, and then the guy, the reporter caught the reflection of it and tried to block his hand over the camera. Drew more attention to the guy running by. But anyways, don't go out and do anything stupid, especially in storms. If a road's flooded, don't try driving through it. Add to your preps: water, food, medicine, clothing, water filters. Learn a new skill. Start working on your indoor garden. I just bought an Arrow garden today, so it's should be here tomorrow or the next day.
Sorry.
And so work on your indoor garden, folks. We're having the contest starting January 1st. So you can have it going now and start harvesting on January 1st, and it counts. All righty, everyone. Take care, and we will see you tomorrow night for the Midnight Ride. And we're out. Almost.